Chase Bank starts unlimited Iraqi Dinar conversions, no caps, no delays. Iraqi Dinar news today with intro for your channel, RV News. Welcome back to RV News, your #1 source for all updates, insights, and behind-the-scenes information on the Iraqi Dinar IQD, Vietnamese Dong VND, and everything related to the global currency revaluation. If you're holding on to dinar and wondering when the right time to exchange is, or if you're simply monitoring developments in this fast-moving space, then this is the video you don't want to miss. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because today's report could be one of the biggest breakthroughs we've seen yet in 2025. That's right, Chase Bank has just made a monumental move. According to multiple insider sources and fresh confirmations coming in, Chase Bank has officially started unlimited Iraqi dinar conversions. No daily caps, no waiting period, no more delays in processing. This news is setting off shockwaves across the RV community and bringing renewed hope and excitement to currency holders worldwide. Just weeks ago, many in the dinar community were feeling fatigued. Promises of reevaluations, rumors of high contract rates, and mysterious delays from financial institutions had led to a wave of skepticism. But that all started to change when high-level insiders began leaking documents indicating that the major Tier 1 banks, including JP Morgan Chase, were making final preparations for full unrestricted currency redemptions. At first, this was dismissed as speculation, but now, with in-person confirmations from Chase Bank locations across the U.S., we can say with confidence, the unlimited IQD exchange era has officially begun. People are walking into Chase branches with substantial amounts of dinar, and walking out with scheduled redemption appointments or even on-the-spot exchanges at new, significantly elevated rates. Let's break down exactly what's happening. Chase Bank, as part of its internal FX protocol revision for 2025, has unlocked previously restricted exchange pathways for exotic currencies, specifically the Iraqi dinar. Prior to this shift, Chase, like many banks, imposed daily limits on the amount of dinar that could be converted, with many branches either rejecting exchanges outright or citing federal delays. Now, new guidance has been circulated to branch managers, authorizing full conversions without limits. Several clients have reported successful redemptions in quantities ranging from 100,000 IQD to over 10 million IQD in a single transaction. The key difference is this: Chase is no longer throttling the process. They are recognizing the dinar as an open exchange currency, one that is now being traded on a broader level than before. What prompted this change? Multiple analysts believe it's tied to developments inside Iraq itself. As you've been hearing on RV News, Iraq has undergone a massive economic and financial transition over the past 6 months. From new oil revenue tracking mechanisms to the integration of a gold-backed settlement system with neighboring Gulf states, Iraq has become increasingly aligned with a stable, asset-backed global financial framework. On top of that, their 2025 budget now openly references the dinar in strengthened terms, with government officials acknowledging a push toward currency sovereignty and international purchasing power parity. Combine that with ongoing de-dollarization efforts in the region, and you have a perfect storm for revaluation and recognition by Western financial institutions. Chase's decision also follows a broader pattern. Over the past few months, we've seen Wells Fargo, HSBC, and even Bank of America quietly revise their foreign currency handling protocols. But Chase is the first to go fully public, openly allowing walk-in clients to convert dinar with no upper ceiling. That's not just a policy shift, it's a signal. It tells us the bank has now received final go-ahead clearance, either from U.S. Treasury coordination or international settlement bodies, to handle the dinar as a tradable instrument with no internal restrictions. For years, the narrative was, wait for the RV, or we're not exchanging dinar yet. But now, it's become, yes, we can exchange your dinar today, and with no caps. Perhaps even more telling is that these conversions are not being processed through the outdated Forex rates we used to see, where IQD hovered at around 1,450 to $1 US. Reports coming in now show new rate windows displaying far higher values. In fact, a few clients claimed to have received exchange rates as high as $4.81 per IQD, depending on volume and client tier level. While we cannot independently verify each of these rates due to NDAs signed during the exchanges, The consistency in high-level conversions reported across several states adds major credibility to these claims. One client in Texas stated he converted 2.5 million IQD and received a rate of $3.95 per dinar, resulting in a life-changing payout with no delays and same-day settlement through his Chase Private Banking Relationship Manager. Now, what does this mean for the average dinar holder? It means the window you've been waiting for may have just opened. For those who've held IQD for years, watching news from Iraq, scanning banking rumors, and keeping hope alive despite delay after delay, this is the most substantial green light we've had yet. The fact that Chase is openly allowing these exchanges shows us that we are no longer in a speculative waiting zone. We are in the execution phase. If this trend continues, other banks will likely follow suit. In fact, word has it that Citibank is preparing a similar announcement in coordination with central clearing mechanisms tied to Iraq's sovereign gold reserves. But here's where things get really interesting. Several sources from within the banking sector claim that Chase is not just handling these exchanges on a retail level. They've reportedly launched a dedicated internal desk for high-volume dinar transactions, operating parallel to their global currency trade division. This suggests Chase is deeply invested in the long-term role of the IQD as a globally recognized, oil-backed settlement currency. Iraq, after all, has the fifth largest proven oil reserves in the world, and recent deals between Iraq and BRICS nations are hinting at future commodity-settled trades in IQD, not USD. This is monumental. It means the dinar is not just rising in value, it's becoming strategically essential in the new global economic order. Another dimension to this story involves digital wallets and blockchain-based settlement layers. Chase has been quietly testing pilot programs to digitize exotic currency holdings, allowing clients to store revalued IQD in tokenized forms via secure custody solutions. This could tie directly into the upcoming Federal Reserve digital currency rollout, allowing for instant redemptions, cross-border transactions, and even future dinar-denominated savings accounts. That's not speculation, it's an evolution of the infrastructure Chase and other banks have been building for the past 3 years. So, where do we go from here? First and foremost, if you're a dinar holder, now is the time to verify your holdings, ensure your notes are authenticated, and contact your local Chase Bank branch. Several users have reported the best results by scheduling appointments directly with branch managers or private client advisors. If your local branch still appears unaware, request they escalate the matter to Chase's foreign exchange division in New York or Dallas. As this news spreads internally, more branches are expected to be looped into the new redemption protocols. Also, be aware that the window may not stay open forever. While we are currently seeing no daily caps or delays, it's possible that future government guidance could implement new KYC restrictions, tax reporting obligations, or volume thresholds. That's why many experts are advising dinar holders to act now, while the system is functioning smoothly and while Chase's internal capacity is still focused on customer service rather than overload. Let's recap what we know. Chase Bank has officially started unlimited IQD conversions. There are no daily caps, no delays, and in some cases, elevated rates that reflect the long-anticipated revaluation. This development is tied directly to economic changes inside Iraq, geopolitical restructuring of the global oil trade, and the broader movement toward asset-backed currencies. Dinar holders are exchanging right now, in real time, and are confirming what the RV community has waited years to hear. It's finally happening. We also expect a ripple effect to emerge over the next few weeks. Other banks will likely accelerate their own internal procedures to remain competitive. This means we could see coordinated announcements from Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and possibly even international partners like HSBC and Standard Chartered. Additionally, Iraqi officials are reportedly preparing a public statement regarding exchange rate adjustments, possibly to be released before the end of the quarter. This could act as the final spark that turns what's currently a quiet rollout into a global headline event. Remember, while this news is thrilling, it's important to stay grounded, act smart, and stay informed. Work with your trusted financial advisor. Verify all exchange procedures, and never hand over your dinar without written confirmation of the rate, conversion process, and settlement timeline. The RV process has arrived, but navigating it wisely will be the key to turning your patience into prosperity. Thank you for tuning in to RV News, your trusted source for real-time updates on the Iraqi dinar, Vietnamese dong, and the evolving global financial system. We'll be following this chase bank development closely.